It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC South foes. It's the Jaguars and the Colts, coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs. They think that they can be the new champs. And here we are getting things going. Let's have some fun.
A new era begins here in Indy as the Jags and Colts are underway to begin the new season. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here come the Colts to take over for the first time. And leading the way is a number 4 pick in the draft out of Florida. Here's Anthony Richardson.
The moment Anthony Richardson's name was announced as the 4th pick in the 2023 draft, it changed the landscape and probably our viewing habits with the NFL. He is must-see viewing. Tremendous athlete, not a lot of experience, but the ceiling as high as it possibly can be.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 20, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Richardson to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. So this, a great matchup here in Indy. You get a divisional game right out of the gate. But, Charles, what do you see in store for these two teams in 2023?
Indianapolis trying to get themselves reestablished as a playoff team.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. I still find it utterly unbelievable that this guy was unsigned heading into the year. Now here he is throwing passes for his new mates.
And my hat's off to their front office. You know, from the GM to the personnel department, they identified the guy that they wanted, needed, and found a way to make the deal.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. He targets Ingram for another grab. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Juju Brents. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, Brent, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But the 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coach to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0? Like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear. Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Off play action. Richardson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now 2nd and 9. Richardson out of the shotgun. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Richardson looking to throw this. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll set up to throw. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. We're scoreless after 1. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. He'll look to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Multiple plays combined for their team's first sack of the game. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Richardson. Escapes this. Richardson hit it. He fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game,
this is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down after a... Richardson to the air on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, a 13 17-yard touchdown run. And the Colts post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Plays there on that drive. And he was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
It's great seeing that type of run from Etienne, and look, I know we couldn't consider him for Rookie of the Year last year, but it really was his rookie season since an injury cost him all of 2021. And he looked like a Rookie of the Year, 9th in the NFL with over 1,100 yards for a surging Jaguars offense.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Jacksonville's gamble on Ingram getting back to peak form was a smart one. Career best in catches and yards basically gave their offense another big-bodied receiver to go to, as they did there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go, and let's see who's faster.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Back to throw again. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep him out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dio Odangbo coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
The Jags' new kicker for 2023, Brandon McManus, on for the field goal. The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, Richardson to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it? Not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, into the hands of Woods. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. Again, it's Richardson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Richardson looking to throw. And he short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in U.S. Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Kirk Cousins has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stout troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Holding offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He'll get this off to Etienne. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 16. That one goes for 24 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold him there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Jags grab it. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Richardson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Flush to his right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A short throw to Ingram, and this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Man over the middle, and it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Etienne up the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there at a 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. And he's got it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Back to the ground with Etienne. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And the Colts are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. On the option left, Richardson. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Richardson to throw off play action. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Agnew now to return. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Etienne to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He completes it to Ridley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That is caught, and they'll they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 19. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. He'll drop to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And the Jags are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. Etienne is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the... And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point from McManus is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. McKenzie now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So Richardson and the Colts now down by 10. A minute 52 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Now Richardson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Richardson to throw it. Being chased out left. And down he'll go at the 25. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. And just how they envisioned the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back at OTAs. They want to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division, you knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Jags, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.
Choose the team. Continue ahead.